Welcome to T-Mobile Tuesday Night Baseball from Fenway Park. The Angels picking up game one of this four-game series last night, and tonight it is game number 2. Jared Weaver, the ace, will be on the hill. The Angels yesterday with a victory, and the Oakland Athletics being idle, are now a half game up in the American League West. First time they've had sole possession of first place since May of 2011. So we welcome you inside Fenway Park and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Kubica. I'm Victor Rojas, and I know we've talked a little bit about the Angels offense since the All-Star break. All right, I'll admit it. We've talked a lot about the Angels offense since the All-Star break. Mike Trout specifically snapped that slump just a couple of days ago, and last night swinging the bat well with 2 hits.
Yeah, Victor, he squared up a couple baseballs extremely hard, and take a look at our T-Mobile game changer. He is certainly a game changer when you see what John Farrell, the opposing manager, says about Mike Trout. We've only had a couple chances to be able to see him play games, and there's no shortcoming in any part of his game. He's been that successful against Boston. He's that successful there last night, crushing the baseball. Got a fastball. You know, half the plate. We talked about him being more aggressive. He certainly was. Then that double off the green monster put a dent in the wall, driving in a run. Another double RBI for Mike Trout. He's been that successful, putting a lot of pressure on the opponent, and when he's swinging the bat well, he can change his entire team.
Stepping away for a moment, when we return to Fenway Park, we'll focus in on Jared Weaver getting the start tonight. Angels. Mentioned going to break at Jared Weaver. Four-game series between the Angels and the Red Sox. Mentioned going to break at Jared Weaver is getting the start tonight. And let's check out our AT&T U-verse Rewind. Jared Weaver talking about being ready to go this late in the season.
I feel all right. Obviously feels like I got 160 innings on my arm, but this time of the season, I don't think anybody's 100%. But it's been a grind for me. Individually, just trying to get back to where I know I can be. And I've seen strides of it during the season, but at other times, things have been a little off. So I'm working my butt off in between starts to get back to where I know I can be. And in the meantime, just go out there and battle with with what I got.
Weaver on the hill. He'll be opposed by Alan Webster of the Red Sox. We're just about ready for baseball here in Boston. Sit back and relax. Lineups at first pitch when we return. Four-game series between your Halos and the Boston Red Sox. The Angels with the victory last night. Now at 73-50 on the season, and continue to play good baseball, and especially on this road trip, taking 2-3 from the Texas Rangers, and then again picking up the opening game of the series last night against the Red Sox. Today they face a guy in which they struggled against a little bit, if you will. The last time they faced him, that was Alan Webster, and that was at the Big A just a couple of weeks ago. Nothing fancy about the right hitter, threw a lot of strikes, and a guy that has struggled with command if you just look at the numbers, but he certainly was locked in at the Big A.
Yeah, he likes to go upstairs with his fastball. His fastball's pretty firm, 91 to 95, but he goes upstairs. If you chase that fastball, He'll get some swing and miss and some pop-ups. Just bring that fastball down enough, especially in this ballpark. You turn on it, get it over that green monster.
Check out Mike Scioscia's starting 9 for the Angels. Game number 124 on the season. A half-game lead in the West. Cole Calhoun back in that leadoff spot. And right, Mike Trout at center. Albert Pujols at first base. Josh Hamilton, after a couple of days off, is back in that cleanup spot. He'll patrol left field. Howie Kendrick drops back down to the 5-hole. Eric Guybar playing short. David Freese at third. Brendan Bosch will serve as the DH. Brendan's still looking for his first hit since being called back up. And Chris Iannetta rounding out that starting 9. He'll do the catching as they take on the 24-year-old right-hander native of Greensboro, North Carolina. He is Alan Webster.
Talk about that fastball, 91-95 slider. Very good changeup. There was quite a few changeups, but the keys to be successful against Webster tonight. Top 2, please. Top 2 in the lineup. 7 for 17 with 6 RBI against them, and continue to score. Not only score early, but score often as the game progresses. Give the bullpen a little bit of a break as far as how to protect such a close lead.
Check out the defense for Boston tonight. Nava gets a start in left. Betts in center. Holt in right. The infield has Middlebrooks, Bogarts, Pedroia, Napoli from third to first. Vasquez back behind the plate.
And Bogarts at short, getting better and more acclimated. That's his normal position. His 69 starts, 7 errors. He had 10 errors at third base in just 44 starts. He's got a great throwing arm. Tremendous range, back in his normal position in which he's happiest. When you talk about been swinging the bat so well, Cole Calhoun at our lows never stop improving. Cole Calhoun, last 9 games, .415 batting average. 2 or more hits in 7 of his last 9 games. Not only getting his hits, he's scoring runs and driving in runs and playing some outstanding defense.
Team leader in batting average and runs batted in since the All-Star break. 295 and 15 runs batted in. Second home runs with 3. Getting the job done. Tonight's first pitch about to be delivered and presented by the UPS Store. Cole ready to lead things off. Had himself a multi-hit game yesterday, on board 4 times as Webster's first pitch is in for a strike. Tom Woodring calling the balls and strikes tonight. Mike Winters over at first base, Andy Fletcher second, and Mike Wachlinski is over at third. 13 home runs, 40 runs batted in for Calhoun on the year, 23 doubles. Takes a strike on the outside corner. And it's no balls, 2 strikes.
That's a tough pitch to be called. A backdoor slider that doesn't quite even get the outside corner. But inside corner, outside corner so far for Webster.
A swing and a miss, and like Cole lost something, part of the batter or something off of his hand there. Retrieves it. He'll head to the dugout as the first down is recorded here in the first.
Big key to the game today for the Halos. A little TI, no mediocre. That talks about swinging the bat well, playing some outstanding defense, and pitching well. At this time of the year, don't be satisfied with just with 1 hit. Be up there thinking 2 or 3 hits during the course of the game and keep scoring and then pitch exceptionally well.
Mike Trout swinging the first pitch, grounds one toward short, backhanded by Bogarts, and Bogarts throws him out for out number 2.
It's a real close play. Trout got down the line very well.
So 2 quick outs to start this ball game off, and Pujols will come to the plate. Mentioned that Webster got the start against the Angels, and that was on August the 8th. First start of more than 6 innings in his career. Went 6 2/3, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. It's the fewest walks he's had in his very short and brief big league career. Overall, 16 walks, 10 strikeouts in 20 2/3 innings at the major league level this year. Albert takes downstairs. Pujols, a .272 batting average, has 23 home runs, 75 RBIs. Ended up going 1 for 3 last night. An RBI single. At that point, put the Angels up 2-0. Swings through the slider. Evens up the count at 1-1. Didn't miss by much. Vasquez holding it there. And it is 2-1. Webster, a 18th round pick of the Dodgers, 2008. Came over to Boston in the 12-player trade a couple of years ago. And that is lined out to left field. Nava moving back. He'll play this one off the monster.
Wow, that's played well. No chance for Albert to even think about hitting a double. That's one thing about this ballpark. Yeah, you will get some routine fly balls that end up being home runs, but also you'll have singles that should have been doubles. That should have been a double for Albert Pujols. This ball was crushed to left field, but off the green monster. Again, Nava played this one perfectly. Barehanded throw it right in at second base to prevent Pujols from getting into scoring position.
So up steps Josh Hamilton. Requested the day off on Sunday. It was granted yesterday, not in the lineup. After 2 days off, he's back in there. 266 average, 8 home runs, 35 runs batted in. As he takes down and in. 3 infielders on the right side. Pedroia is out in shallow right. Middlebrooks, a third baseman, is over at the second base spot. Bogarts, the shortstop, the more athletic one, stays on the left side. A 2-out single by Pujols, just underway here at Fenway. It's 2 balls, no strikes.
And one thing, I was talking to Don Baylor about what he saw out of batting practice, early batting practice from Josh Hamilton today, and what they were talking about. You know, we talk about confidence, but what he's doing with that toe tap, instead of touching the toe on the ground and then keep trying to do that as he's trying to time a pitcher, touch the toe and then go forward and let your hands drift forward with you to be able to square up a baseball.
Josh skies one out to center. Mookie Betts is back there, and he'll put it away to end the top of the first. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Jared Weaver getting the start tonight with no score. Nine for the Boston Red Sox, who roll into this one with a 56-68 record. Brock Holt will lead things off. He's at right. Dustin Pedroia at second. David Ortiz at DH. Mike Napoli at first. Daniel Nava in left. Will Middlebrooks at third. Xander Bogaerts at shortstop. Mookie Betts, second game, is being called back up. And Christian Vasquez will bat ninth and do the catching. As they take on Jared Weaver, rolls into this one with a 13-7 mark and a 3.66 ERA.
Yeah, you mentioned it was 13 wins, looking for number 14 ERA, 3.66 for Weaver. But for Weaver to be successful against this Red Sox lineup, inside fastball success, be able to get inside, especially on right-handed batters, and batteries not included. Former battery mate Mike Napoli has had some real good numbers against Jared Weaver. Avoid him, especially in RBI situations.
Weaver faced the Red Sox on the 8th, took the loss in that one. 4 runs, 7 hits, and 6 innings of work. As Holt looks at a strike. Red Sox right fielder extended his hitting streak to 12 games last night with a couple of hits. 2 for 4 tonight. Picked up an RBI as well. Hitting 300, 3 home runs, 26 runs batted. That's a strike on the inside corner, 0-2.
Was a hard slider down and in after a fastball in. That's a pretty good sequence there for Weaver.
One, two. This one's pulled to second. Kendrick's got it. One down. Defensively for the Angels tonight, Josh Hamilton at left, Mike Trout at center, Cole Calhoun at right. The infield is David Freese, Eric Guybar, Howie Kendrick, and Albert Pujols from third to first. Chris Iannetta behind the plate.
And Mike Trout in center field, especially in this big ballpark and all the different corners he's going to have to deal with. Miller in his last 68 games, it's 2 on the season, 3 outfield assists, which is a career high for him.
Pedroia takes upstairs. Red Sox second baseman hitting .285. 5 home runs, 45 runs batted in. 2-hit game himself last night, 2 for 5. Boston ended up picking up 9 hits. The Angels hit 7 last night. As Pedroia skies this one foul on the third base side and out of play. Angel fan happy?
There is a lot of Angel fans here at Fenway.
This one down toward left center field, hit well. Trout looks like he's tracking it on the warning track. Will make the catch for out number 2.
Hey, Neil, we were talking about him on the defensive side.
Big part of the ballpark.
It's a tough ballpark to play as a center field. You have a lot of coverage because of the left fielder's going to play shallow. You have to worry about the carry off the green monster. Center fielder's got a lot more coverage even than normal.
The 2 outs, nobody on, and David Ortiz steps in. Ortiz also with a couple of hits last night, 2 for 3, also drew 2 walks. .253 average, 28 home runs at 91 runs batted in.
And one thing I like when I see for Jerry Weaver, every time a left-handed batter comes to the plate, he points over to Albert Pujols to allow him to play deeper, and then he has that coverage on a slow roller on the right side of the infield, and he'll be there at the base for Pujols if he feels a ground ball.
This one down the left field line, slicing foul. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Not quite the crowd, at least not yet anyway, that we saw last night. Early on, it seemed like it was pretty crowded in here. 35,170 last night. But, more empty seats. Game 2. Good off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball, fouled off the left.
Way threw a hard slider and then a slow curveball away. That time he threw off the timing of Ortiz.
The alignment for the Angels defensively. Freese over at the shortstop position, shading him toward the middle, but you've got the left fielder Hamilton playing more towards the line, trying to take anything the outside part of the play. Then Ortiz decides to shoot that way. This one's out the left. Hamilton turns around. That one is gone. 1-0 Boston as David Ortiz hits his 29th of the year.
Looked like his approach the whole time was to try to hit a ball that way. He gets a fastball, hits it. He did that green monster, not exactly far at that point. And a home run for Ortiz.
92nd RBI for the left-handed batter.
It's his 3rd career home run off of Weaver, 10th RBI now. I've had that reaction here before with this Green Monster. You think it's a routine fly ball. Instead, it's a home run.
So Boston strikes first. Here's Mike Napoli. He'll look at the strike. 266 average for Napoli, 15 home runs and 44 runs batted in. Did the 5 spot last night, went 0 for 4. Cespedes not in the lineup tonight, so Napoli jumps up a spot. Daniel Nava getting to start out and left. There's Cespedes. Tough night last night for him. Napoli fouls it off to the right.
Pretty decent velocity early on for Weaver. Back-to-back 89-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Throughout his career, he has struggled in this ballpark. 7 starts, a 2-3 mark, and a 6.35 ERA. The 1-2 is just low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Reaching for this one to the left side. Ibar can't get it. Neither can Freeze. And it's a seeing guy single. Reach for that breaking ball. Napoli is on board.
Yeah, when you have pretty good numbers against a pitcher as a hitter, even the ground ball when you're out in front seems to find a hole, and that's what it was for Mike Napoli. Got hit by Freeze and Ibar for a single.
Mentioned the overall numbers for Weaver in this ballpark. Not pretty. His last start here, though, back in 2012, was a good one. 7 innings, 2 runs, 7 hits, had 5 strikeouts and 1 walk. As he faces Daniel Nava here, trying to get the 3rd out. Nava, switch hitter, batting .266. Couple of home runs, 19 runs batted in. Very good season for the Red Sox last year. I'll leave it up to count. Napoli with a very short lead at first base. This one pulled to the right side. Kendrick is there. And it will end the Red Sox half of the first. But they do strike first. A 2-out home run by David Ortiz. The opposite way gives Boston a 1-0 lead. His 29th home run of the year. The Angels will have Kendrick Ibarn-Freeze coming up. Hey, folks, you can follow every Angel game with MLB.com at bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. Get live look-ins, instant replay, scores, stats, audio, free MLB.tv game of the day, and more. Download at the App Store. Log on at Angels.com for details. Alan Webster allowed a 2-out single to Albert Pujols off the monster before getting Hamilton to fly out to center. So Howie will lead things off. Hitting .280 with 5 home runs and 51 runs batted in. Kendrick last night 0 for 4. Howie 0 for his last 8 since collecting the 3 hits on Saturday. It's kind of how they started him last night. A fastball up and in, and it changed his approach to the plate the rest of the night. Dribbler back to the mound. Now the effect of that on a right-handed batter, especially from a right-handed pitcher.
Especially with Howie. His approach is always up the middle, the right center field. He likes pitches away. So early on you think look away. But when a pitcher straightens you up like that with a fastball up and in, then all of a sudden that's always in the back of your mind all the way through the rest of the game. Is he going to go back inside? And then all of a sudden you miss your pitch away that he hits so well. And that's why a lot of ground ball outs to the left side of the infield for Howie last night.
Even his last one, a Tazawa bobbled, was on the third base side of the mound. Pulling off the baseball. Cognizant of that pitch inside. As Ibar takes down and away for ball 1. Eric, a 1 for 4 game last night with a base hit into center. Takes outside for ball 2. Got a piece of it. Foul tipped it into the mitt.
Amazing thing when you look at Webster's numbers, the amount of walks.
Yep.
16 of them, just 20 2/3 come into the game. Just 2 walks against the Angels at home and 6 2/3. Other than that, he's been very inconsistent in the strike zone.
This one shot to left, a base hit. Good piece of hitting by Eric. The Angels have a man on with 1 out. Now that's at the major league level. And granted, when you make that jump, it's certainly a different feel from a pitching standpoint. So take a look at Ibar's swing here.
Lance, you mentioned great piece of hitting. Let that baseball travel and hit it in between the hole of short and third. 308 career hitter at Fenway for Ibar. When he go up with that swing.
Getting back to Webster in command. AAA Pawtucket this year, 20 games, 20 starts I should say. 100 strikeouts, 44 walks. So the ratio kind of where you want it to be there.
Part of it is too much respect for the guys at the major league, even though you have to attack them as the same way you were in the minor leagues as far as getting ahead of the count, giving them too much respect, and then you make mistakes.
And Pawtucket this year, 4-4 record and a 3.10 ERA. Making his 5th big league start. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, that's the pitch you hope you get again at some point. A changeup on the inner half of the plate. You don't want to throw a changeup inside here in this yard.
Let me clarify, 5th big league start this year. Had some time in the big leagues last year. 8 games, 7 starts. Two balls, 1 strike.
A lot of times with a 2-1 count with 1 out. One of those certain counts at which you feel comfortable thinking in terms of a hit and run. Especially with Freeze, you can hit the ball well to the right side of the infield.
Good lead for Ibar at first. Doesn't go. 2-1, chasing a breaking ball. 2-2. Another beautiful night here in Boston. Mild temperature. Cooling off. Some would say odd weather this time of year in Boston. Trying to get him a chase again, full count.
Well, that's been beautiful. Even walk around this afternoon is perfect.
Not a cloud in the sky here in Boston. Oh, there's one.
I had to show that angle. That's behind us. We can't see it.
Straight ahead, no clouds.
See if Ibar takes off here. He does. The 3-2 is driven out toward right center field. Mookie Betts giving chase. Still going back at the wall. Will make the catch, and it's going to turn into a double play. Pedroia back to Napoli, and that's how the inning ends. Well struck by David Freese, but nothing to show for it. We'll head to the bottom of the second with Boston up 1-0. Coming up later in the game, we'll bring you the AT fan photo of the game, but we need your help. Tweet us your photo using hashtag WestFanPhoto, and it could be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. Jared Weaver to face Middlebrooks, Bogarts, and Betts 6, 7, and 8. And Mookie Betts had a long way to go on the ball that was incredibly struck by David Freese, but a nice play at the fence, and it turns into a double play.
Boy, David Freese couldn't hit a baseball any better. His entire approach at that at bat was perfect. Betts runs it down at that little corner of the wall. Would have been a 2-run home run.
Well, Middlebrooks, a third baseman, takes outside for ball one. 183 this year. A couple of home runs and 11 runs batted in. This one. The first base side, it's tailing toward the seats and out of play. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Two and 1. Middlebrooks last year limited to 99 games, 17 home runs. Just a little bit low.
You know, Weaver wanted the fastball the pitch before just below the knees. That one, same thing on the slider.
Middlebrooks pops it up. Right side of the infield. Howie Kendrick and Albert Pujols. And Albert this time takes charge and
I don't
shoos
think
Howie away.
Yeah, he's not moving out on that one.
1 out.
Remember the other day in Texas, Howie came all the way over into Albert's position and called him off. And Albert says, no. Yeah, he's waving him away. That's good to see. I mean, Albert's enjoying himself this season. We were talking about that earlier today.
Fouled back just below us to the left. And it's a 0-1 count. Albert happy and healthy, and sure he'd like to be putting up bigger numbers, but you know what? He's still contributing, having I think a Gold Glove caliber season at first base.
No question.
That one missing down low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike on Bogaerts. I think he's loosened up.
Taking that leadership role over.
1-2.
Part of it is because he feels better. He's healthier.
Yeah.
He can be that leader for this club with some young players like a Mike Trout. They can look up to. Cole Calhoun.
Out to center, playable for Trout. But you know what? I think it just goes back to as Trout squeezes it for out number 2. That different feel that we had in spring training. It's not just Albert. It seems like everyone else. And I think that comes from Mike Scioscia. I think Scioscia's basically loosened the reins a little bit, changing player personnel over the last couple of years, changing the coaching staff this spring with Baylor and DiSarcina joining the staff.
And we were even talking about it during batting practice. The first couple of rounds, Mike Scioscia's in the outfield talking to everybody during the course of batting practice, and works his way into the cage at that point. But all that conversation's been very helpful for this team and a bunch of real good guys on this 25-man roster.
Mookie Betts has a 1 ball, no strike count. .250 average with a home run and 2 runs batted into the big leagues this year. Called up before the game yesterday and had a 1 for 3 games. Third time he's been called up this season. And the hit that he had was a base hit to the left side. This is what he did top of the inning.
I mean, that's a perfect swing. Right back to the wall, reaches over in that corner, and then able to get the ball into the cutoff man to double up Eric Ibar, who was going on the pitch.
2 balls, 1 strike.
A lot of sliders early on for Weaver. He's got that good arm angle. I talked to him the other day about that. As far as I noticed him throwing more sliders and curveballs, even his curveball a little bit different break than a 12-6 variety. It's because of that lower slot.
Off speed pitch, and it's pulled off the monster. Betts on his way to second with a 2-out double. I was just going to say too that probably the effect of the more sliders and curveballs, because his command of that changeup hasn't quite been where he's wanted it.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown it as often either. But it's also a pitch you see him get a better feel for as the game goes along, which is difficult to do. So we always talk about a changeup being a feel pitch. It's difficult to get that feel for that pitch after you've already thrown about 30 or 40 pitches during the course of a game.
Christian Vasquez will step to the plate now with a man in scoring position. 1-0 Boston on the Ortiz home run in the first. Vasquez takes off the plate for ball 1. Red Sox catcher hitting .244. That's not a 2 for 4 game. And a big double off of Weaver. The August 8th game at the Big A. It's 2 balls, no strikes. The 27th start of the year for Jared Weaver. Garrett Richards has made 25 starts. C.J. Wilson has made 23 starts. Next on the list, Tyler Skaggs. Misses. And it's 3-0 now. Guy you want to get right here is Brock Holt. That's the bat boy. Brock Holt is to his right. Unless the bat boy wants to take some hacks.
Well, there's many times when you're on the mound, you would love to see the bat boy come up and take a hack against you. Instead of one of those other guys. Yes.
3-0. And it is a 4-pitch walk to the 9th place hitter.
Social wants to know where a couple of those pitches were. 2 of those 4 were touching or barely touching the strike zone. Slider just getting that outside part of it as it crosses the front part of the plate.
So 2 on and 2 outs. And here's Brock Holt, who grounded out to Kendrick, leading off the bottom of the first inning. Rice University product, Texas native, drafted by the Pirates. They got traded to the Red Sox. Joel Hanrahan, part of that deal, coming to Boston. Melanson and others going to Pittsburgh. 0-1. He skies one out to deep right. Cole moving back on it. Still going back at the wall. Leaps up. Did he get it? He did! What a play by Cole Calhoun to rob Brock Holt of a 3-run home run.
Boy, Cole Calhoun can do it all. We're talking about Lowe's never stop improving. Well, look at that play defensively. Wow. Way over the wall and still stays in play. Outstanding play by Cole Calhoun.
2 complete, and it's Boston 1, Angels nothing. Freeze, Cole Calhoun just upped him by a couple.
Yeah, he played Tommy Topper on this one. What a play. Leaps up and over the wall. And look at the reaction in the bullpen by the guys after he sees Cole Calhoun robbing what would have been a 3-run home run for Boston. Instead, Boston only leads 1-0. What a play. High fives all the way in that dugout. Plays the game old school. Uniform always dirty, good approaches at the plate, but loves to play that defense also.
He's due up third here in the 3rd inning, and a nice round of applause by fans around the Angels dugout on the third base side. As Brendan Bosch takes upstairs. Bosch the DH tonight. He'll be followed by Chris Siden and then Calhoun. Brendan 3 for 27 in the big leagues this year. 1 double, 2 runs batted in.
Well, a lot of times when a defensive play is made like that, you have some serious momentum to take on the offensive side.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Keep in mind that wall is not real high by the bullpens. We saw Torrey Hunter last year in the playoffs flip over that wall trying to make a play. Cole Calhoun able to leap up, catch that baseball, and stay in play.
This one's pulled over to first. Napoli has it. 1 down.
Number 17, Chris Iannetta.
Chris Iannetta hitting .265. 19 doubles, 5 home runs, 33 runs batted in. Back-to-back starts for him. Went 0 for 3 last night. Did draw a walk as he pulls this one down the line, hooks into the seats. Not a lot of room between that wall and the foul line in this ballpark. Those stands jut out just beyond third base. That ball gets on you in a hurry. As we said last night, not very far down the line either. 310. Now it takes. It's 2-1.
Well, I remember when Jack Clark was here wearing a Red Sox uniform. Not only you didn't want to be in the dugout when he was hitting, but you also didn't want to be down in those little seats down there, just foul on the left field line.
That's driven out toward left center field. Betts is not going to get this one. One hopper off the fence. Chris on his way to second, and he is in there with a 1-out double.
Another double, his 20th. Now for Chris Iannetta. Giving Cole Calhoun an opportunity to drive him in. Take a look at our Arco top tier play of the game, preventing a 3-run home run by Holt. Cole Calhoun back to the wall, leaps up, perfect timing on the leap, an outstanding play. Now an opportunity to drive in Chris Iannetta.
Mentioned Chris, his 20th double, his 9th since the All-Star break. So 9 doubles in 23 games for Iannetta. Cole struck out in the first, the only strikeout victim for Allen Webster. And just getting their first base runner into scoring position today. Cole swinging through the off-speed pitch.
It's giving him a lot of off-speed, whether it's backdoor sliders or changeups. First at bat, first pitch of the second at bat. His first game at Fenway, 2 walks, 2 for 2, scored 2.
Middlebrooks off the line. Bogart shading him toward the middle. Count even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Webster taking a long time getting that sign. Running through a set of signs with a man in scoring position. Cole taps out with foul. And get another off-speed pitch. And it's 1-2.
Bogart's playing real close to Chris Iannetta. A lot of room. The shortstop hole, and then down the third baseline also with changeups. You got to try to stay back and punch a ball down that left field line.
Trout on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just a few other games that just underway out here on the east side. Tampa Bay leading the Tigers 3-0 down at St. Petersburg. Game's in the second, and bottom of the second. Tampa Bay still batting. Seattle leading Philadelphia 2-0. That game's the bottom of the third. Houston at New York, scoreless. Cole fouls it off. Here it's Boston 1 and the Angels nothing. David Ortiz a 2-out home run over the monster in the first inning.
You can tell by that swing by Cole, he was thinking change up away. He threw him a high fastball in. Good job of just protecting and fouling that one away. Not even a full swing, just try to foul that one away, keep his bat alive.
You would think that that gives the hitter a little confidence, knowing that you can at the very least, get the bat on the ball on a fastball if you're looking off speed.
Exactly. Still quick enough to react. Still now look down and away for a changeup.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Inside, full count.
And he tracked that one well. That was 94. And had enough confidence to know that if it was going to be a strike, at the very least, he was going to foul that one off. Be a real surprise if he gets anything but a changeup now, down and away.
Three-two. Cole pops it behind the plate. Vasquez will give it a look, but it's into the seats. We'll reset and do it again.
Did go off speed, but that one was up.
Oakland, by the way, is at home, and they will host the New York Mets later on. 2-game series between the Mets and the A's. Oakland has the off day on Thursday as well, before the Angels roll into town for 3-game set beginning on Friday. Rotation for the Athletics will be Sonny Gray, John Lester, and Scott Kazmir. They're skipping Jason Hamill. The Angels have Hector Santiago, C.J. Wilson, and Jared Weaver. Payoff. Just got a piece of it. Keeps the at-bat alive.
Pretty good at bat so far for Cole. Playing all some tough pitches. Especially knowing that Mike Trout is on deck. Very good numbers career-wise here at Fenway Park. We made it out at first bat coming into this game. 469 hitter here at Fenway.
This one back up the middle. It's a base hit. Ionetta, a little bit of a late start. It's being waved in. Mookie Betts' throw is going to go to second, and the Angels have tied it at 1.
Well, he did everything in this inning so far. Took away a 3-run home run and then drives in a run himself with Chris Ionetta being at second on the double. Calhoun, base hit after a long at bat. Pitch upstairs, a high changeup. Hits it right back up the middle. For his 41st RBI for Cole Calhoun.
16th since the All-Star break. Team leader in that category. And Trout will bat here. The man on and 1 out. Mike grounded out. So get the first pitch in his first inning at bat. Going with a slider first pitch. Ionetta double, the Calhoun single, tying this one up at 1. Halo's now 4 hits against Webster. That's all he gave up at 6 2/3 his first time around. Off speed pitch.
And slider changeup so far. A little better adjustments against him. Webster does have a good changeup. He throws about 20% of his pitches coming in this game as far as off-speed changeups. Pretty high total for a right-handed pitcher, especially one that throws 91 to 95.
This one fouled off to the right. Pujols on deck. Good lead for Calhoun at first. It's off the plate. Albert with a single off the monster, his first time up.
No fastballs yet at this at bat for Trout.
Pulled foul. This one's driven out toward left center. Novel will play it off the wall. And what a camera that it takes. That might allow Trout to try to go to third. He's going to try to get in there, and he is in there safely with an RBI triple. 2-1 Angels.
Well, his closing speed is amazing. Bogart got that ball just as he was about halfway between second and third, then turned it on head first slide, a triple. You mentioned that carom. So many different caroms off this green monster. This time, it goes to the Angels' benefit. Slider down, out over the plate, off the top of the scoreboard area. The green monster kicks away, and then Trout just kicks it in that next gear, slides in for his sixth triple, and giving him now 88 RBI on the season. And yes, indeed, the Angels carried that momentum from that great play by Cole Calhoun into the lead now, 2-1.
There's Albert with a man at third and one out. He fouls it off to the right. That's a first triple for Trout since June 5th.
Well, double last night, first in a while, and then triple tonight. Yeah, he's getting hot at the right time. Well, a couple of missiles here at Fenway Park, doing some damage to that green monster.
Napoli way off the line. As Pujols chops this one to third. Diving stop by Middlebrooks. Throws from the ground, and Pujols is out. Pujols says that he thinks that he beat it. So Scioscia will come out. At the very least, the Angels will have the guys down in the clubhouse take a look at it. But what a play by Will Middlebrooks, number one, to get to it, and number two, to make a play out of it.
We've already seen three unbelievable defensive plays in this game. Betts in center, Calhoun in right, and Middlebrooks. What a play from the seat. And I think Albert's going to beat that one out. It's real close, depending on where the baseball is as far as the glove, and they will check it out. Yeah, he's beat it.
Yeah. Wow.
What a play, though, by Middlebrooks.
And still had enough
and
on the ground.
And an accurate throw. Foot's on the base before the ball is secured by Napoli with a good stretch from Napoli. But three great plays in this game. And here we are just at the top of the third. Albert's going to be 2 for 2. Albert now 76 RBI.
Yeah. So Mike Winters, the crew chief, taking a look at it. Or having the guys in New York take a look at it.
Sure looks like the baseball's not secure in the glove when Albert's foot hits the base.
That's what they told us early on, right? The ball hitting the webbing of the glove.
Yes.
So we'll see how they rule it. The ruling on the field is out. So as it stands right now, bases cleared, 2 outs. Although Pujols is not moving. He is secured at first base.
Yes.
And he is safe. An infield base hit for Albert.
But what a play, though, by Middlebrooks. And another good swing from Pujols. Talk about Albert feeling healthy, running better this season. That's a double, single, triple, single in a row against Webster.
Hamilton swinging through the first one. Josh 0 for 1 and a fly ball to center. His first time up. 3 runs here in the third. Halos on top 3-1. 4 consecutive hits. Double, single, triple, single. And got him. A hit by pitch will put a man on. As Pujols advances over to second.
You know, talking about Josh Hamilton, even though he got hit by a pitch there with Don Baylor, he was hitting off the tee earlier today. And this slider coming in hit him on the foot. He was hitting off the tee, and Don Baylor told me today he hit 4 baseballs from the tee at home plate out of the ballpark. And he said he hasn't seen many guys that could do that. That's how strong he is. Be able to hit a ball out off the tee at the plate here and hit one out. Let's take a look at that swing with the timing mechanism and our tools of the trade presented by Ram Trucks with Josh Hamilton trying to get back to that good approach, the toe tap and then through the baseball. We've seen him before, the toe tap, and then when he's waiting for the baseball to come there, then he'll do it again. Now it's the tap of the toe and then the stride and then the hands through the baseball. A very good swing. His first at bat hit that ball well to the warning track in center field. So good adjustments here already in the game, even though he was hit by a pitch. Good adjustments by Josh.
Howie takes inside. Oh, he takes the inside corner for a strike. Grounded out his first time up. Pujols at second, Hamilton at first, with 1 out here in the third. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, can you imagine trying to hit a baseball out off the tee at home plate? Be able to generate that backspin to be able to hit it out. That's how strong Hamilton is when he's comfortable and confident at the plate.
Kind of like what we saw last year at Camden Yards. A little soft toss. I mean, we're talking about from 10 feet away to Chris Davis hitting balls out of the ballpark the opposite way.
Yeah, he's that strong one. 50-plus home runs last season.
.30 pitches so far in the third for Alan Webster. He retired the first batter. That was Bosch on a ground out, but the 9th got it started with a double. Calhoun an RBI single. Trout an RBI triple. Pujols with the RBI infield base hit. Foul tipped. 2-2. Dribbler foul on the third base side. Again, since that first at bat last night, Kendrick has not looked comfortable in the batter's box. Not the typical Howie Kendrick.
You never see him up there with pull mode. Yep. He's always thinking the other way. And he's had some pitches that drive the ball extremely well the other way.
Matter of fact, the outfielders, especially in right and center, respectively, playing the opposite way. Full count. If I remember correctly, there's that series in Boston in which he against Boston at home, in which he hit a couple of balls almost down the line, but they were caught because the Red Sox have shifted him so much toward the opposite way, or toward that right field foul line. Here's the payoff. That's a ground ball to second. 4-6-3 goes the Twin killing. The inning is over as the Halos do strike for 3, and they do it on 4 straight hits. Went to the bottom of the third. Angels on top 3-1. Two, 3, and 4 coming up for Boston. And this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Weaver back to work, delivered a strikeout, Dustin Pedroia. Red Sox second baseman, fly ball to center, his first time up, so he's 0 for 1.
Weaver looking for that shutdown inning. The tough part of the lineup for the Red Sox going against him here, though.
Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ortiz on deck. 2-2 lined right to David Freese. 1 down.
And the good defense continues in this game by both clubs. It was hit well by Pedroia, but Freese, nice reaction on this line drive. Snags it for the first out.
.402 home runs as a member of the Red Sox. Fouls this one off the left. It's an 0-1 count. Home run in the first inning is 29th. His 92nd run batted in. Breaking ball, line down toward left center field. Trout will play it on a hop. It's a single for David Ortiz.
It's a lot going back to that list in the top 3 as far as wearing the Red Sox uniform. All 3 left-handed batters. You have the Green Monster. You would think with right-handed batters they would have more success as far as home run totals.
There's Napoli, who's singled through the left side. A seeing eye single in that first inning. 1 for 1. Pulled off the off-speed pitch.
It looked like he was guessing fastball first pitch against Weaver. Instead, got a good slider.
Got Napoli right where he wants him at 0-2. Mike's grounded into 10 double plays this year.
And the one thing as a pitcher, sometimes you pitch exactly the opposite what you would anticipate Napoli calling pitches for you. So try to throw him off late on that fastball. He was looking slider. He was looking fastball first pitch, threw him a first pitch slider.
A little number back toward the mound. Weaver will flip it on to first. 2 down. Ortiz just now getting to the bag. And Ortiz pointing it out, but he kind of knew he was going to throw back in.
Take a look at our pitch by pitch for Weaver against Napoli. First pitch, slider. Second pitch, 87-mile-an-hour fastball. Then threw him a changeup, got him out in front, threw off his timing, got an easy out. Hasn't been easy for Weaver against his former battery mate Mike Napoli, but that time got him out on a changeup.
So 2 outs. Ortiz at second. Here's Daniel Nava. Nava grounded out to Kendrick in the first inning. Now a California guy, born in Redwood City, high school in Mountain View, to Santa Clara as he skies one out to center. Trout backing up is there, and will make the catch. So the old shutdown inning performed by Jared Weaver. We played 3 here at Fenway Park. Halos up 3-1.
on this date, back in 1951, 3'7", Eddie Goodell walked on 4 pitches in his only major league appearance. He wore jersey number 1/8 for the St. Louis Browns back in 1951. Tough target to throw to.
Your sinker would have been perfect, right?
It would have been in my mind, I guarantee you, though. I would have been like aiming my sinker, and the next thing you know, I'm throwing it over his head.
Eric Ibar leading things off here. He swings the first one line to Pedroia. And there's the first down of the 4th. Eric 1 for 2. He singled in the 2nd inning.
We continue to see that defense. That's what you get when you throw in strikes. The defense making the plays behind you.
David Freese is 0 for 1. He gave it a ride the first time up. Tracked down by Mookie Betts, turned into a double play.
By the way, 4th on the all-time Red Sox list as far as home runs, Jim Rice, righty. Feel better about that. 382.
Hall of Famer.
Yes.
He had the courtesy glance while playing left field here, Fenway. He's just got a piece of that one.
We weren't going to say anything about it anyhow if you were on the mound. Hey, that's fine. You're all right. Don't waste any energy. Just hit one over the fence when you come up to the plate.
Hands on his knees, just kind of watching the ball.
Yep. Look good. Yes.
Freese lines this one out to center. Boots, a little bit of a late start. Dives, can't get it. It gets by him. It'll roll toward the wall.
That should be at least a triple for Freese.
Yep. Trout would have been in the dugout by now with an inside the park home run. It's a triple for David.
No,
Freese.
he was fast. Freese was fast.
I think he needs something to drink, he says.
Oh, baseball, the way it works. This one off the end of the bat in front of Betts. He dives, unable to make the play. He hesitated, went back initially, diving by him. Last at bat could have been a 2-run home run. He robs him of the home run. Instead, this cruises in with his first triple of the season for David Freese. His first career triple.
It's water. Infield in. Here's Brennan Bosch, who grounded out to Napoli in the 3rd inning. Snap throw, and Freese gets the hand back in there.
I think that is 2nd career triple, 1st career triple as an Angel.
Oh, 2 count on Bosch. He's not been able to carry over what he was doing at AAA to the big leagues. Still looking for that first hit since being recalled.
Just has to stay back. Use the whole field, middle part of the field, especially with the infield in.
Another off-speed pitch, cued foul, still a 0-2 count. 65 pitches thrown now by Webster. 43 have been strikes, 1 strikeout, no walks, and now 7 hits allowed. One and two. David Freese standing at third. A 1-out triple for him. The rally for the Angels started in the third inning with 1 out. That was an extra base hit by Chris Iannetta, double. Angels plating 3 runs. Iannetta's on deck. Webster's 1-2. Check swing. Did not go. 2-2. So back-to-back fastballs up. Back outside with that fastball.
When Brendan's just calling in between what he's looking for, even that long hold and pause by Webster. A lot of times the hitter will step out.
It's an unusual hold with a man at third base, too.
That means there's some indecision in what pitch he really wants to throw.
Bosch takes that pitch in off the plate, full count.
And Vasquez tried to bring it back. A lot of movement in the glove. You won't get a call. That type of movement is to try to frame a pitch and bring it back in the strike zone.
So 3 fastballs away, another one inside. They go back to the off speed.
That's what he did with Cole Calhoun. After that long at bat he had, eventually getting a base hit on a high changeup.
That 9-pitch plate appearance for Cole. 3-2 on the way. Bosch strikes out swinging, 2 outs.
And he went back to the changeup. Circle changeup, the downward action.
So it'll be up to Iannetta to bring home Freese from third base. Oh, and 1. Double for Chris in the third inning, his 20th of the year. That one's off the plate. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 3 left on for the Angels. Boston with a run on 4 hits. They've stranded 4.
It's a pretty good pitch. That froze Iannetta on the inside part of the plate. That's a lot of the strike zone. See if Iannetta can capitalize.
Full count. 75 pitches now thrown by the right-hander. Chris backs out.
kind of indecision on what pitch to go to for Webster tonight.
And there's ball 4, so he walked him. A 2-out walk keeps the inning alive for Cole Calhoun.
There's certainly been some real good at-bats against Webster in this game as compared to that last game at the Big A against Webster. Some long at-bats, some quality at-bats.
Cole 1 for 2, a strikeout in the first, an RBI single in the third. He's also scored a run. RBI for Cole in the third inning, his 41st. Chops this one to the right side. Pedroia far to his left has it. And the inning is over. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Just leaving a couple of men off, but still on top 3-1. Work to face Middlebrooks, Bogarts, and Betts. Hey folks, on Saturday, MLB on Fox Sports 1 returns with a doubleheader as the Giants take off the Nationals and the Braves square off against the Reds. Coverage begins at 12:30 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. 53 pitches thrown by Weaver, 4 hits, no strikeouts, 1 walk. Allowed the David Ortiz home run in the first. Middlebrooks is 0 for 1 as he popped out to Pujols in the second inning. Now look at his strike. Pulls this one toward the hole. Ibar has it to the backhand. Off balance throw, and they're not going to get him. Infield base hit.
Ibar did everything he could, but there's no way you're going to have enough on that throw to be able to throw out Middlebrooks going down that first base line.
So Bogarts is up now with nobody out and a man on. Fly ball to center, his first time up. Came in batting .226, 8 home runs and 30 runs batted in. Angels wasting a golden opportunity to tack on in the fourth inning with that 1-out triple by Freese. Bogaerts takes low, 2-0.
Middlebrook's trying to beat out that infield hit. He came up limping.
Remember at first base, he's still grabbing the back of his leg.
And still having a conversation with first base coach about that.
2-1. Well, he's had a number of nagging injuries over the last couple of years. He's not been able to remain healthy for a full season.
And he's still moving that right leg a lot. Trying to stretch.
Like the top part of the hammies where he's rubbing it. Two-one pitch. Off speed in there. 2-2.
It's a curveball, more of an 11-5 break. We always talk about a curveball 12-6 break. That's straight up and down. But now with Weaver, that different arm angle, more of an 11-5 break on his curveball. Still the velocity at 68, still very good.
And he went around. Got him to chase that breaking pitch, 1 down. First strike of the night for Jared.
Hard breaking ball in the dirt. Couldn't hold up after that last pitch. The pitch before was a strike. In the zone at 68 miles an hour.
Now they're going to go check Middlebrooks. Clearly, when you get a guy like that that continues to try to stretch it out, something bothered him. Surprised they didn't do that during the Bogaerts at bat.
Yeah, especially because if there's a play at second, you're going to have plenty of time to at the force play at the base. I think they're going to take him out. It looks like they are. And he's not even comfortable walking back into the dugout. He tried to stay in the game.
Kelly Johnson taking over for Middlebrooks. The man all one out here in the fourth inning. Mookie Betts, the center fielder, up. Double to left his first time up.
He hooked an all-speed pitch right in that left field corner for a double.
Two balls, no strikes. Just going back through the DL list for Boston. Middlebrook's been on the DL twice already this year. 2-1, or twice, but once in each of the last 2 seasons.
So difficult to repeat. You got to try to stay healthy, and John Farrell's team has not been healthy this year. They've been forced to make some deals, trade away 4/5 of a starting rotation from that World Championship club last year.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Weaver at 64 pitches, 41 have been strikes. 1 punch out, 1 walk. And 5 hits allowed. A run in the first for Boston on the home run by Ortiz, and the Angels struck for 3 in the third. Coming up in the 5th, the Angels have Trout, Pujols, and Hamilton coming up. This one's popped up on the first base side. Pujols Drifts into foul territory. 2 outs.
Now we were starting to mix in more and more of those slow curveballs to get easy outs out in front. Bats was pop up to Albert, the second out of the inning.
Christian Vasquez walked in his first plate appearance, the only one issued by Weaver. So no official at bat for him tonight. Tampa Bay's lead over Detroit is 4-0. David Price has returned to the Trop. He's not pitching tonight. This one pulled to third. David Freese bobbles it, picks it up, fires to first base. They still get Vasquez, the catcher, running. And this 4th inning is in the books. Right to the 5th, 2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Angels, up 3-1. One 855-1TWC. By the 2014 Camry at your Toyota dealer today, we make it easy. And by AT&T Uverse TV, mobilizing your world. Beautiful shot high above Fenway Park. The Angels with a 3-1 lead as we begin the top of the 5th inning. Alan Webster finishing up his warm-up pitches. He'll have a new third baseman. Skelly Johnson, who took over as a pinch runner for Will Middlebrook, stays in the game. And he'll play third. Mike Trout to lead things off. He'll be followed by Albert Pujols, then Josh Hamilton. Trout with one of the 7 hits the Angels have put on the board tonight against Webster. It was an RBI triple. 6th triple of the year, now with 88 runs batted in. Ortiz leads baseball with 92 runs batted in. Jose Abreu is second in the American League with 89, and now Trout with 88. Seattle, by the way, leading Philadelphia 3-0. That game's in the 6th. Trout looks at a strike.
Oh, that's Max Scherzer pitching for the Tigers, losing down in Tampa.
Tigers did just get a run, so it's 4-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looks like Iwakuma pitching for Seattle tonight. A.J. Burnett going for the Phils. Two balls, 1 strike. Texas and Miami tied at 1 down in South Florida. Kansas City's playing at Colorado. No score at the first. Royals leading the Central. Baltimore with a 7.5 game lead in the American League East. That is yanked foul.
Good idea to bring that glove. With the little boy got hit. Hopefully he's okay.
Kansas City's leading the Central 2 games now over the Tigers. Cleveland in third, 6.5 back. 2-2 pitch. Down and away. Full count. We've seen quite a few full counts from Webster.
Yeah,
he's only walked one guy.
It's his 6th full count already.
Trout picking up his first multi-hit game last night since August the 9th. Here's the payoff. And he strikes out swinging. Trout says the ball hit the ground. He foul tipped it. No argument from anyone other than Trout.
There's a change-up down.
Did hit the dirt, but apparently did not make any contact with Trout. It's bad.
So a change-up for Webster.
Hasn't been afraid to throw it in 3-2 counts. There's Albert. 2 for 2 tonight. A couple of singles and an RBI.
It was pretty amazing. 6 full counts. He had only 1 walk for Webster. Coming in the game with 16 walks and his 10 strikeouts on the season.
Two and one now. 3 infielders on the left side. Napoli between first and second and playing in. And no Will Middlebrooks over at third base. Kelly Johnson, so maybe Pujols does take a chance down the line. Middlebrooks made a heck of a play on that ball that Pujols hit. He was called out at first, but overturned.
Originally, I was going to say, originally called out. What a throw from where he was.
Josh on deck. Another full count.
And you wonder if he'll go back to another changeup on a full count.
Go fastball away. And it is ball 4. Fans, take a look at the 2014 North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado. Enter the Summer of Silverado giveaway for a chance to win the 2014 Chevy Silverado. Enter online today at angels.com/Chevy. Chevrolet, the official ride of the Angels. 1 out, 1 on. And just once tonight, Webster's retired the first 2 batters to start an inning. That was in the first inning. Popped up, shallow left. Daniel Nava is there. 2 outs. Hamilton 0 for 2. Pujols still at first base with 2 outs now. Kendrick up. Now he's 0 for 2. Bouncer back to the mound in the second inning and a double play ball that ended the Angels' threat in the third. 13th double play that Howie's hit it to this season. This is a ground ball to the right side. Pedroia's got it. The Angels are done here in the 5th. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Top of the order coming up for Boston. Angels lead at 3-1. Top of the order coming up for Boston. Time now for the AT&T fan photo of the game. Remember to tweet your photos using hashtag WestFanPhoto, and your photo could be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. Tonight's picture presented by. Oh, we're going to keep you in suspense. There it is. All right, I'm going to roll the dice here. Lori, we appreciate the picture.
That's like my last name.
Lepkowski.
Yes.
How's that? Old school Angels jacket?
Yes.
I like it. Keep sending us your pictures via Twitter as Brock Holt takes upstairs. Holt, Pedroia, and Ortiz to face Weaver here in the 5th. Brock Holt with a ground ball to second base, and that fly ball that Cole Calhoun brought back into the yard. Would have been a 3-run home run. Instead, it was the 3rd out of the 2nd inning. One ball, 2 strikes, and Holt doesn't like that call.
At the inside corner.
Set up a slider in. There's the slider. Holt shoots one out to left field. Hamilton giving chase, and he will track it down for the 1st out.
Holt, after being behind in the count initially, after taking a couple fastballs inside, is forced to be in protect mode. It's a fly ball that Hamilton's able to track down in left field.
There's Pedroia, who's 0 for 2. Fly ball to center and a line out to Freeze his last time up. This one back toward the middle, and it's a base hit for Pedroia. 6th hit allowed by Weaver. Tonight's game is being powered by Energy Upgrade California. Manage energy and help California stay golden. Visit energyupgradeca.org. David Ortiz with a home run and a base hit.
Good changeup he started it with.
Weaver's frustration there with that fastball. 75 pitches so far.
Good for a double play ball here against Ortiz. Took off a changeup for a slider down and in.
Too far inside. And it's 2-1. 2-2 now.
It's a good slider. He threw for a strike in the inside corner. Ortiz is right on that line, that chalk line on the batter's box. He's right on top of the plate.
Pedroia takes off, and it's fouled straight back. Find the ladder with a fastball. Pedroia hasn't been running a whole lot. 5 stolen bases, been caught 6 times. He'll head back to first. You're talking about Ortiz moving closer and closer to the plate. It seems like as players get older and older, they get closer and closer to the plate, get a little more coverage, and cheat maybe a little bit on the inside pitch.
Yeah, if you think anticipate something on the inner half, you can open up the front hip and try to drive one down the line.
2-2. Pedroia doesn't go, and this one's fouled off the left.
From another fastball, this time late. Ortiz was thinking off speed after the fastball, the pitch before.
Quick throw to first. Pedroia back in, standing up. Now Iannetta's going to go out and talk things over. I know you've mentioned a number of times that Boggs was tough, Carew. Was there one guy that you thought was thinking along with you, and it seemed like every time that he was facing you?
Yeah, Dwight Evans, former Red Sox, although I look back on it, I had decent numbers against me. He had a couple just mammoth home runs against me. Now, he was guessing along certain times where I was going to try to sneak a fastball in because I had him thinking slider. Then I would try to sneak a fastball in, and he was already turning. As I was throwing the baseball, I'm like, that's going to go a long way. And it would.
Fouled back.
And Dewey was one of those guys, too, that definitely will look in his zone and start open up cheating on a fastball in.
Long plate appearance here with Ortiz. Off speed, downstairs, full count.
A little closer, and I think he would have went after that slow curveball. It's a little bit too far off the outside corner and down. Pedroia probably going to go. First full count for Weaver in this game.
8 pitches so far to Ortiz. Pedroia takes off, and he walked it. So 2 on now with 1 out, and Napoli coming to the plate. Second walk issued by Weaver.
A long at bat for Ortiz against Weaver. Start him off with a changeup down. Give him enough fastball. Slider down in off the plate. Slider for a strike on the inside corner. And then fastball up and away. Ortiz was on that one. Fastball this time late, looking for something off speed. Break a ball out over the plate. Slow curveball off the outside corner. Then eventually a changeup looked like it was up and away.
So Napoli up 1 for 2. A single in the first inning. With a bouncer back to the mound in the third. 3-1 Angels here in the 5th. Way outside, and he'll get by Iannetta. Should be a pass ball. And of course takes the double play out of order.
That's the significant thing, is taking a double play out of order.
2 balls, no strikes. And pitch count starting to rise on Weaver. Next one will be his 85th.
A 2-0 slider not given into him just because you think it's a fastball count. You do have an open base. Force Napoli to be aggressive against you if you're Jared Weaver. Expand the strike zone. Daniel Nava on deck.
Ground ball towards short. Alvarez plays to first. The run scores. 2 outs. How big is that pass ball now?
There's a chance of being a tailor-made double play.
3-2 Angels. Ortiz at third base now. 2 outs. Nava will come to the plate. Nava 0 for 2 with a ground down and a fly ball to center. Weaver works from the full windup. First one in for a strike. It's not a pass ball on Inetta, by the way. It was a wild pitch. Nava fouls this one back.
And Chris will definitely tell you that's a pitch he should have caught. Chris is doing a very good job of swinging the bat and calling a game, catching, framing pitches. Improved quite a bit this season.
1-2. Weaver thought he had it. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
See if it gets the upper part of the strike zone, just touching the upper part of the strike zone at 87.
90 pitches now to Weaver. Trying to get out of this bottom of the 5th. No further damage. 1 run in. 3-2 Angels. Kelly Johnson's the man on deck. Took over from Middlebrooks left because of an injury. 3-2 foul back. Boston with solo runs in the first, and here in the 5th, the Angels with 3 runs in the 3rd. Have had other opportunities to add on, but not capitalized. Kendrick rounded into an inning-ending double play in the 3rd inning. And Freese had a 1-out triple. Was stranded at third base in the 4th. Payoff again. And walked him. 2nd walk of the inning, 3rd of the ballgame.
Tried to go backdoor on a slow curveball, but missed the spot.
Here's Johnson's first plate appearance. .215 this year. 6 home runs, 22 runs batted in. Making his 5th game with the Red Sox. trade between the Red Sox and the Yankees. Stephen Drew going the other way. That's 1-0. .28 pitches thrown by Weaver so far here in the fifth. It's a pitch count that was rather manageable. Maybe get into the sixth or seventh innings. That prolonged at bat with David Ortiz, 9 pitches, resulting in a walk. A wild pitch advanced the runners to second and third. Napoli grounded out. Now the walk to Nava, pardon me.
Looks like it might be a night where they're going to have to get multiple innings out of the bullpen again after last night's game.
That's got to start coming to an end here soon, because that bullpen continues to get worked night in, night out. What a two.
Yeah, last night Houston Street and Joe Smith were not available. Kevin Jepson in a situation today. Mike Scioscia would love to give him the night off now.
One-two, pulled into the shift, knocked down by Kendrick, and they got him. Inning over as he limits the damage. Boston gets a run. We're through 5. And the Angels maintain a 1-run lead.
Inning. Chris Iannetta starts it off with 1 out with a double. And Cole Calhoun brings in Chris Iannetta. And then Mike Trout with a triple. Driving in Cole Calhoun. 4 hits in a row, and then an infield hit by Albert Pujols. Middlebrooks made an unbelievable play. Eventually was overturned, and Albert Pujols ruled safe 4 consecutive hits in the third inning, giving the Angels a 3-1 lead. Now they still lead 3-2 here in the top of the 6th, looking to add on and expand that lead.
Ibar, Freese, and Bosch for the Angels here in the 6th inning. Webster sat for a while as that bottom of the 5th played out. And Eric looks at a strike. He's 1 for 2 with a base hit and a line out to Pedroia in the 4th. This one's fouled back and out of play, 0-2. 94th pitch of the night for Webster. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 7 hits allowed. Halos tonight so far 2 for 5 in men in scoring position. Chopper back toward the mound. 1 away.
Back, take a look at the key to this game. No mediocre. You're talking about good at bats. We've seen a lot of good at bats, but haven't been able to quite add on. David Freese has a triple in this game, but also was robbed of a 2-run home run by Betts in center field. So quality defense, no question about that. Those add-on runs now, though.
Freese bounces this one to third. 2 hopper to Kelly Johnson. 2 outs. But not what you wanted to do either, considering how long that inning took for Weaver in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, if you're Brendan Bosch, you're taking a while to get up to the batter's box if you can.
Number 28, Brendan Bosch.
Bosch 0 for 2. For his last 15. Jason Grilli now loosening. Bottom third of the order coming up for Boston as Bosch hits one and it's robbed by Dustin Pedroia. Terrific defensive play. We've seen a number of them tonight. And the Angels, for the first time tonight, go down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th, still with a 1-run lead. Angels take out the Marlins at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive an Angels scratcher and a chance to win great prizes like a party suite, autograph merchandise, team store discounts, and more. Purchase your tickets today at Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com. Jared Weaver back to work. Get much of a rest as the Angels went down very quickly in order in the top of the inning. Xander Bogaerts leading things off. The shortstop takes outside. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a fly ball to center to strikeout.
That was a good play by Pedroia to end the inning. Good range he has at second base position.
2 balls, no strikes on Bogaerts. Really should be just about ready to go if Mike Scioscia needs him here in the 6th. This is fouled back. Two and one. Red Sox starting action in their bullpen as well. Alex Wilson, the right-hander, getting ready. Three and one. And a leadoff walk to Xander Bogaerts. 4th walk issued by Weaver. Go with 1 strikeout. Mookie Betts, center fielder, now up, tying Rod at first. Bogaerts' 2 stolen bases, has been caught twice. On 1. .103 pitches now for Weaver. Last start with 97. One one. High water mark as far as pitches thrown in a game. 109. That was back on June the 6th. Bogaerts in back, standing up.
We were 21 career pickoffs, 3 this season. Pretty close play at first base.
One and two on the outside corner. Betts doesn't appear to like the call.
Look at Jared Weaver's pitch arsenal tonight. 49% of his pitches are fastballs, 18% changeups, and 33% breaking ball. That's slider and curveball, including in that breaking ball. Not a lot of fastballs, less than 50% fastballs tonight for Weaver.
Betts pops it up. Albert backing up, calls for it, puts it away, one away.
And when you look at that, you think, well, that's not the norm, but it's pretty close to the normal for Weaver this season as far as his percentages of fastballs, changeups, and breaking pitches. It's a little bit more so as far as this percentage, only 1% more in his changeup, 1 less in breaking ball. This for the season is normal.
And it's been part of that transformation for him over the last couple of years. You can see him at times when he's not fully commanding, especially like the big breaking pitch, the curveball, where he gets a little frustrated.
And he has thrown a fastball today at 91, 92.
Such as that pitch right there. You can kind of see him walking off.
Because that transformation you mentioned, it's a different break on his curveball now. He's getting that feel for it.
Vasquez, the catcher, walked back in the second, grounded out to Freeze in the fourth. 23-year-old native of Puerto Rico. As Bogart standing at first base. Grilli just watching in the Angels pen, throwing the occasional pitch. He's ready to go. Looks like Wilson for the Red Sox coming on. Once we get to the top of the seventh, the Angels have 9-1-2 due up. Three-two Halos here, the bottom of the sixth. 2-0. Boston with 6 hits, the Angels with 7. That is line to left field and off near the top of the green monster. The throw comes into the middle part of the infield. Freeze cuts it off. They keep Vasquez at first base. A long single. You wonder if that's going to be it for Weaver. Top of the order coming up.
Boy, played well by Hamilton. Got it in quickly to keep the double play still in order. Vasquez got a pitch out over the plate. Was ahead of the count. A line drive off the wall, but Hamilton gets it in quickly.
Jared Weaver's night has come to an end with one out here in the sixth inning. He departs with runners at first and third. Jason Grilli coming into this ball game. He'll be facing Brock Holt when we return. The Angels trying to hold on to a one-run lead. Tees, 1 strikeout, 4 walks, and he departs with runners at first and third. 1 out. 109 pitches for Weaver. That matches a season high for him. Our first reliever of the night, presented by the UPS Store. Jason Grilli pitching in his 25th game, 1-1 mark and a 2.25 ERA. Grilli pitched last night, a scoreless 8th inning. He'll face Holt here. A speedy outfielder. 0 for 3. Ground ball out and 2 fly ball outs. Bogarts, the leadoff walk, stands at third base. Vasquez, the catcher, singled off the monster, stands at first. Breaking ball, missing low. 1 ball, no strikes. Pretty good pitch.
There's a lot of borderline pitches on the lower part of the strike zone that have not been called.
Foul at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Certainly not easy to double up Holt, but really does have that capabilities of getting a punch out, though, especially with his fastball 92-95 and a very good slider.
22 punch outs and 20 innings of work with the Angels this year. Just about matched his production with Pittsburgh. Holt takes a strike, 1-2. The Pirates, he threw 20 1/3 innings this year prior to the trade. Now the 1-2. This one's out to center. It'll be deep enough to tie this game up. Bogaerts will tag. And we are tied up at 3. A sac fly for Brock Holt. So 2 outs now. Vasquez at first base. Run gets charged to Weaver, and Pedroia will bat here. One for 3 game for Pedroia. He singled in the 5th. Big wild pitch in that 5th inning, also putting 2 men in a scoring position. Run scoring on the ground out. That was by Napoli. So 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th for Boston. This one foul back to the right, 0-2.
It's that sharp slider there from Grilli. Pedroia late on that one. Fastball up. We talked about Pedroia very good on a fastball up. He was on top of that 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
Oh, 2 again. Slider. Picked by Iannetta. 1-2 now. David Ortiz on deck. 3-3 tie now here at the bottom of the 6th. Lead off walk as Xander Bogaerts comes around to score. Living on the edge upstairs to the fastball.
Not many hitters like a fastball up, but Pedroia is one of those few that do. And he's on top of that. Fell that back to back, straight back on high fastballs.
Ground ball to short. Ibar will flip it on the second. They force out Vasquez. The inning comes to an end, but Boston ties it up on the sac fly by Brock Holt. We'll head to the 7th. tied at 3. Coming up for the Angels, Iannetta, Calhoun, and Trout. Take a look at the Subway in-game box score. Multi-hit game for Albert Pujols. The Angels have managed 7 hits tonight, all against Allen Webster, but Webster is now done and out of the ballgame as John Farrell has gone to the bullpen and brought in another right-hander. This time it's right-hander Alex Smith taking over. Pardon me, Alex Wilson taking over here. And he'll be facing Chris Iannetta to start this inning.
And 6th game. The season fastballs 91 to 95. Slider, cut fastball. There's quite a few of them, and a changeup.
Chris Iannetta with a double and a walk. Wilson, 27 years of age, former 2nd-round pick of the Red Sox, Texas A&M. First time in the big leagues this year. It's time for the Angels offense to get it going once again. As Webster finished up by retiring the last 5 in a row. Last hit he gave up was a triple to Freese in the 4th inning. Freese eventually stranded at third base. 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 runs for Webster.
Two pretty solid games now for Webster against the Angels.
Wilson picked up the win Saturday night in relief. Perfect 2 in the 3rd inning. That's against the Houston Astros. 5th stint with Boston this year. This one's fouled back to the right. Bad numbers at AAA Pawtucket. 6-1 with a 4.35 ERA. Calhoun on deck, then Trout. Ground ball to short. Bogarts has it. 1 away. The Angels tonight have yet to have their leadoff man reach.
They've had their opportunities to expand that lead, but haven't been able to get that one big hit. Now all of a sudden Boston worked its way back and now tied the game up there with a run in the 6th.
Cole 1 for 3, an RBI single with a run scored in the 3rd. Tigers tied that game up down in St. Petersburg, Florida. 4-4 tie. That game's in the 6th inning. Baltimore, the White Sox tied at 1. Houston and the Yankees tied at 4. Seattle leading Philadelphia 5-0. This one down the left field line and slicing out of play. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Colorado leading Kansas City 1-0 in the 2nd, just early there. And then you've got the Mets at Oakland. That game's coming up at the top of the hour. A 2-1 count. Angels with action in the bullpen. Fernando Salas getting ready. Two. Trout on deck. Over to Pedroia. 2 down. 7 in a row retired now by Red Sox pitching. Here's Trout. 1 for 3 night for him. RBI tripled in the 3rd inning. Angels had 4 straight hits in that 3rd inning, scoring 3 runs. Hamilton was hit by a pitch to put runners at 1st and 2nd with 1 out, and then Kendrick rolled into the inning-ending double play. Boston since chipped away with solo runs the 5th and 6th. This one fouled off to the right. They have 3, 4, 5 coming up at the bottom of the 7th. Ortiz, Napoli, and Nava. This one down the line, and Kelly Johnson with a backhanded stop. Low throw, and Napoli digs it out as the Angels, for the 2nd straight inning, go down in order. 7th inning stretch time in Boston. We are tied at 3. As we begin the bottom of the 7th inning, 3, 4, and 5 coming up for Boston. Hey folks, I want to remind you next Friday the 4th CIF Southern Section Game of the Week returns to Fox Sports West and Prime Ticket as Bishop Gorman, a perennial power from Las Vegas, squares off against Servite live from Cerritos College. Every Friday through the playoffs, Fox Sports and FoxSportsWest.com will bring you the best of high school football all season long.
Oh, it's served by a very good football team. Travis Waller, their quarterback, who's committed to Oregon. Multi-talented quarterback for Servite.
That's coming up next Friday. Here's Fernando Salas pitching in his 2nd straight game. He was spectacular last night as he gave up a leadoff single to David Ortiz in the 7th and then struck out Cespedes, Napoli, and Middlebrooks to get out of it. And he takes over for Jason Grilli, who ended up going 2/3 of an inning. Sac fly and a fielder's choice, but that sac fly tied things up. That run charged to Weaver. The Angels having to piece it together once again from a bullpen standpoint. Ortiz 2 for 2. He's been on board all 3 times. Home run, a single, and a walk. Off-speed pitch, evens up the count.
That's a good changeup he has, especially after the little fastball. The first pitch on the outside corner at the knees, follow up right back up in that same plane with a changeup.
Lays off. He's fallen behind here. 3 balls and a strike. th game since the All-Star break for Fernando Salas. No record in a 1.42 ERA. 14 strikeouts in 12 and 2/3 innings. 3-1, popped him up. Josh Hamilton comes in, calls off Freeze. 1 out.
Ortiz upset with himself. Good spot though for Salas again to pop it up.
So Napoli will bat here with the bases clear. 1 for 3 game for Mike. Single back in the 1st inning. Did pick up an RBI in the 5th with the ground down. Scored Pedroia. 45th run batted in. Takes upstairs. Looks like Tommy Lane, the left-hander now. So loosen in the Red Sox bullpen. Halos in the 8th have Pujols, Hamilton, and Kendrick coming up. Angels have faced Lane a couple of times in that previous series. 2-0.
Quite the same command tonight as we saw last night from Fernando. He was dominant last night.
Three 3-0.
Well, 8 pitches thrown for Fernando so far, only 2 strikes. Napoli will be swinging on the green light here.
Helped out because he swung at ball 4. 3-1. Takes a strike and a full count. Now on deck. Both teams with 7 hits. Boston is stranded 8. Handles it left 6 on base. 3-2. This one down the left field line, and that is a foul ball out in front. Not fully committed to that swing. He was fooled on the pitch.
Was that a lot of foul territory right down that line either? Out front, full swing. How tight that line is to the wall and to the stands. As we said a number of times, he pretty good hitter's yard.
Napoli asking for time. Two more games after this one here in Boston. Both night games. Garrett Richards will face Clay Buchholz tomorrow night. And then Thursday night, Ruby De La Rosa going for Boston. Matt Shoemaker on the mound for the Angels before heading off to Oakland for the weekend series. Chandler.
Right on that inside corner. Napoli has to swing to protect because that would have been a strike.
There's Garrett. Strong out his last time out. Foul back. Richards, the proud starter of the 19-inning gem.
Yep.
At the Big A.
.4-0 against the Rangers this year. Garrett Richards, ERA 2.53 on the season.
Good little battle here between Napoli and Salas. 8 pitches so far. The 9th is cut on and missed. Down goes Napoli, 2 outs.
Boy, good slider from Fernando Salas once again. Would come back in that at bat against Napoli. Was behind the count 3-0. Eventually coming back. Getting a swing and miss on a good, sharp, tight slider.
Now 0 for 2. Ground ball out, a fly ball to center field, a walk. And he'll take outside for ball 1. Boston's added a right-hander to their bullpen action. Burke Badenhop. 2-0. The Angels tonight, pitching wise, take a look at the Red Sox pen. Not been ahead of the count at 0-2 all that often. From Weaver to Grilli, now Salas. Made some pitches when they've needed to.
For the most part, lately, though, they have been getting ahead of the counts. A lot of close games.
Three balls, one strike. Kelly Johnson on deck. And they're trying to finish off the 7th inning. A 3-1 pop-up of Ortiz, a 3-2 strikeout of Napoli. See what happens here. 3-1 to Nava. This one down a left field line. Hamilton moving over and runs out of room. Full count. Twenty total pitches thrown by Salas so far here in this bottom of the 7th inning. This game has crawled to a snail's pace here the last couple of innings. Three-two. Swing and a miss. Down goes Nava, and Salas strikes out the side, or pardon me, sits the side down in order with a couple of strikeouts. We'll head to the 8th. Pujols, Hamilton, and Kendrick coming up in a 3-3 tie. MercuryInsurance.com today and see how much you can save. By T-Mobile Tuesday Night Baseball. And by the Sonata Premier event at your Hyundai dealer now through September 2nd. Albert Pujols to lead things off for the Angels here in the 8th inning in a 3-3 tie. He'll be followed by Josh Hamilton and Howie Kendrick. Alex Wilson's back out for his 2nd inning of work through 3 ground ball outs in the 7th. 8 Angels in a row been retired. Last man to reach. This man at the plate. Pujols via the walk. The first one in for a strike. Action continues in the Red Sox pen. Lane the lefty. Badenhop the right-hander. Both ready to go. Fouled off to the right. 0-2. May just be a one-batter thing for for Wilson here with Pujols up, and then left-hand hitting Hamilton.
And he's staying away against Pujols the first 2 pitches.
Which, of course, goes against the shift as they have 3 infielders on the left side. Back outside. And that is driven out to straightaway center. Betts moving back on it is there. Wrong place to hit it in this ballpark. 1 down. Looks like they'll get Wilson in to face Hamilton here. Josh, a fly ball to center in the first, hit by a pitch in the third, and a fly ball to shallow left the fifth. So he's 0 for 2.
Boy, it's odd that you would have Lane up in the bullpen.
Yeah.
You would think for sure he'd be in against Hamilton, lefty versus lefty.
This one's down the left field line, slicing toward the seats. Hamilton got jammed there. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Tommy Lane no longer warming up for Boston. One ball, 2 strikes. Joe Smith is up for the Angels. Boston has Johnson, Bogarts, and Betts due up in the bottom of this 8th inning. This one's pulled right to Napoli. 2 outs.
Now they're playing right on the line. Gets that line drive from Hamilton.
There's Kendrick, 0 for 3. Two 2-0 now. Howie 0 for his last 11. The ebbs and flows in this Angels offense since the All-Star break. Takes a strike, 2-1. Howie's reaction there is almost as if he had a perfect backup slider to
that was
drive
right down the middle of the plate. The pitch he can hit for extra bases.
Popped up. Shallow right field. Brock Holt comes racing in. The Angels once again go down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Still tied at 3. upcoming schedule. I mentioned 2 more here in Boston tomorrow night. Garrett Richards looking for his 14th win. Clay Buchholz threw the ball well against the Angels in his last start against the Halos.
He had a very good season last year, 12-1 with an ERA under 2, 1.74. Garrett Richards tied for the AL lead as far as batting average against 195, tied with King Felix, 13-game winner. Garrett Richards on the hill tomorrow night.
Joe Smith on a relief here in the bottom of the 8th. Takes over for Fernando Salas, who had himself a 1-2-3 7th, including 2 strikeouts. As Fernando continues to do a great job, and he looked like the tank was empty in that 7th inning for him. Not deep counts, but a nice 1-2-3 frame.
Yeah, he really battled to get through that inning, and you got to give him a lot of credit. He's one of the reasons why this club is where they're at with the best record in baseball, because of what he's done out of the bullpen. Same thing here with Joe Smith on the mound now.
Fernando, since returning from the minor leagues, 9 innings, 2 hits, no walks, 12 strikeouts. Kelly Johnson to lead things off here against Joe. First one's outside. Johnson took over as a pinch runner for Will Middlebrooks, who left the game after beating out an infield base hit in the 4th inning. Johnson grounded out to end the 5th against Sherrod Weaver. He's 0 for 1.
Joe Smith's 61st game, tied with Kevin Jepsen in that category with 61 games appeared.
Two balls, 1 strike. Joe last pitched in Sunday's game. 1 inning, 1 walk in that one. Pitched in all 3 games of that Texas series. They wanted an appeal, did not go. 3-1. Oh, bouncer back to the mound as he jammed him. 1 down.
Joe Smith always ends up in good fielding position. He releases the baseball. He'll be that 5th infielder. Jams Johnson, able to get that first out here.
First one inside is Xander Bogaerts. Led off the 6th inning with a walk and eventually came around to score. Moved to 3rd on the Vasquez single off the monster. He gets jammed and rolls one to Ibar. Tough play with Bogaerts' speed. Low throw dug out by Pujols. Down him. Farrell's going to come out though. Nice dig by Albert.
And Farrell didn't waste any time to go out. He'll look into the dugout now. Good play by Eric Ibar. He's got to come in on the baseball and then with a strong throwing arm throwing out Bogaerts, who runs well. And it looks like he's out.
No argument for Farrell.
Good pick. But we said Albert's played some outstanding defense at first base, not only with better mobility around the base, but also those good hands picking low throws.
Mookie Betts 1 for 3 tonight. A double back in the 2nd. 2-1. Chopper to third. Freese has it. Joe Smith with a 1-2-3 eighth. We head to the ninth. Koji Uehara, the closer for the Red Sox. Looks like he'll be coming in to pitch against the Angels in a 3-3 game. Ibar, Freese, and Bosch due up. And folks, the Angels take on the Oakland Athletics on August 29th at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive an Angels vintage shirt courtesy of Pechanga Casino and Resort while supplies last. Purchase tickets today by visiting the Angels Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com. 3-3 game. The Angels with a half-game lead in the American League West. We'll have to try to solve the puzzle that is Koji Uehara. Not an overpowering pitcher, a lot of off-speed pitches, but throws a ton of strikes. This will be his 57th game.
He has 7 walks, 71 strikeouts in 57 2/3 innings pitched. Fastball 86 to 90, and also throw a slider, but a very, very good split finger fastball.
Eric Ibar to lead things off. He's 1 for 3. 11 in a row retired by Red Sox pitching. A bunt on the third base line and rolls foul. So 1. This one pulled to Napoli, 1 out. Well struck by Eric, but right to Napoli.
Yeah, could have got inchy going down that right field line too. Uehara's got outstanding numbers. He's only allowed 9 earned runs this year, but he has given up 7 home runs.
Freese looks at a strike. 1 for 3 game for Freese. Tripled in the 4th inning. His first of the year. Now it came with 1 out. He was stranded at third. 1 ball, 1 strike. Uehara's allowed 4 home runs here at home, 3 on the road. 1-2.
that's one of those zones, too. If you're looking on the inner half, you can drive one over that green monster. All speed pitch has stayed inside.
Behar last year 21 saves for the Boston Red Sox. Foul back.
Pretty good hack at a fastball from Freeze.
I'll tell you what, do you want to talk about effectiveness? We talked a lot about whip for a pitcher, walks, hits, divided by innings pitched. He's had one season which his whip was over 1, and that was his first in the big leagues with Baltimore. This one's ripped foul, and that was a 1.25. Since then, everything has been under 1. Last year was his best, 0.57. 101 strikeouts in 74 in the third innings, and 33 hits allowed.
That's Dennis Eckersley type numbers in the bullpen.
Went around. Vasquez will throw on the first to complete the strikeout. 2 outs. Again, the last hit for the Angels in the 4th. Bosch 0 for 3. And he drives one out toward right center field. Bats giving chase. Still going back. That's over his head. Ricochets off the wall and into the seat. So that'll go as a double.
Well, he crushed that baseball. Unfortunately, it went to that part of the field. Otherwise, that's a home run. Like good power to center field for Brendan Bosch. This one hops that 420 sign.
Go ahead run now in scoring position with 2 outs. Second double of the year for Bosch. His first hit since being recalled. So Iannetta will bat here. 1 for 2. A double, a walk, and a ground ball to short. In the dirt, blocked by Vasquez. Mike Morin had been loosening in the bullpen. Looks like Houston Street has now joined him. Game stays tied. Morin will be in the game. Boston in the bottom of the 9th has Vasquez, Holt, and Pedroia. 9-1 and 2. 2-0. Tied at 3 here in the 9th. 2-out double by Brendan Bosch. The Angels an opportunity to try to retake the lead. It's Chris asking for time. Good one. And then a 0 for 2 in his career against Koji.
Just a little flare in the right field will be good here. Should be able to score Bosch.
And that is out to left. Hit well. Nava moving back near the monster. Leaps up. It's over his head. Bosch comes in to score. Iannetta in at second with an RBI double. And the Angels are back on top 4-3.
Boy, Iannetta, the doubles machine. 2 in the game, 21 on the season for Chris Iannetta, who continues to swing the bat well against the Red Sox. And here at Fenway, pitch right down the heart of the plate. and off the green monster. Nava gave it a big-time effort to try to jump up against that green monster, but unable to make the play. Double scoring Bosch. So back-to-back two-out doubles for the Halos.
Iannetta with his 34th run batted in as Cole Calhoun steps to the plate. Morin sits down in the bullpen. Houston Street, the lone man standing. Cola 1 for 4 games. He drives one out to center, but playable for Betts. That'll do it for the Angels. Back-to-back two-out doubles. Bosch and Iannetta as we head to the bottom of the ninth. The Angels up 4-3. After the last out, join us for Angels Live post-game presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. As Patrick O'Neill and Jose Mota will break it down for you. That is immediately following the ball game. Houston Street takes over on the mound to try to close this one out. This will be his 14th game. Took the loss on Sunday, allowing 4 straight hits. His first blown save as an Angel. A 1.50 ERA. He's got Vasquez, Holt, and Pedroia. The 3 batters here in the 9th inning, and if one of those guys reaches, perhaps David Ortiz. Yeah. John McDonald takes over at third.
Yeah, Houston's goal right here at this point is to make sure Ortiz doesn't get an opportunity to swing the bat. Get that ball down. He's a very good ground ball pitcher. John McDonald very good at third base defensively, taking over for David Freese.
Seventh career game at Fenway Park for Houston Street. And it'll be Yoenis Cespedes to lead things off. Pinch hitting for Vasquez. Cespedes hitting .251 overall, 20 home runs, 79 runs batted in. 16th game as a member of the Red Sox. He's at .219. As a pinch hitter this year, 0 for 3. Iannetta sets up outside, and the first one is in for a strike. Cespedes last night ended up going 0 for 5 with a couple of strikeouts. Did pick up an RBI at a fielder's choice in the 9th inning. One ball, one strike. Joe Smith worked a scoreless 8th inning, a 1-2-3 frame. Two-one pitch. Cespedes pulls one in left for a lead-off single. On a breaking ball.
And he just went down and got that breaking ball. Pitch on the outside corner and down at the knees.
Tying run at first base.
Trying to reach for it, but he had pretty good plate coverage. He hit that in the left field for a base hit.
So Brock Holt will step up 0 for 3. Had the sac fly that tied the game up at 3 in the 6th inning. 27th run batted in. Showing bunt. McDonald will pick it up. Fire to first. The sacrifice advances Cespedes in the scoring position. Pedroia will bat here with 1 out, the man on.
Cincinnati going to go out and talk strategy with Houston Street against Pedroia. 1 for 4 against him for the home run.
Tapper foul. Pedroia 1 for 4 in his career against Street. Outside. 1-1. Calhoun in right field and a little bit toward the foul line. Trout in a couple of steps at center. Taking Pedroia the opposite way. John McDonald backs up at third. A strike and it's 1-2.
Boy, just touching that outside corner. Right hand is setting up away. 83-mile-an-hour slider, just getting the benefit of that call, just touching the corner.
Back outside, the 1-2, swing and a miss. Down goes Pedroia. 2 outs. It looks like John Farrell's coming out. Pedroia maybe thinks that the ball was foul tip to hit the ground, but no argument from John Farrell.
That's a nasty slider well off the plate. Pedroia has to chase it because of the pitch before, and not even close to fouling that baseball. Looked like he make any contact on that one.
Yeah, you can't start running and then stop and claim that you foul tipped it. It's one or the other. I think he's still angry at the second strike. He felt was perhaps off the plate.
Yeah, that's the pitch that set help him chasing that pitch well off the plate. In the discussion here, do you go after David Ortiz or do you walk him?
And his career 0 for 7 with 5 strikeouts against Houston straight. The old, do you put the winning run on board? He's already at the plate. First one is outside.
This is a different hitter here in David Ortiz than the average hitter when you talk about putting that tying run on the base.
Yep.
Chris, I had to keep looking there. They're going to decide to walk him. I think that's the right decision. Even though Mike Napoli's on deck, David Ortiz lives for these moments.
There's ball 4. Napoli tonight 1 for 4. A single back in the first inning. An RBI ground out of the 5th. Struck out in the 7th against Salas. He has Cespedes standing at second. He's the tying run. Ortiz the winning run at first. 4-3 Angels here in the 9th with 2 outs. Swing and a miss.
And the Angels are going after Napoli that first pitch slider every at bat. He's pretty much chased that one.
In the dirt. Evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the Napoli chance here. Fenway Park. 35,000 here tonight. Houston backing off. Cespedes, the pinch hitter, led off this inning with a base hit to left. He was sacrificed to second by Brock Holt. But Pedroia struck out for out number 2. Ortiz intentionally walked. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. Ground ball up the line, foul. Out in front of the off-speed pitch. The Angels with back-to-back 2-out doubles by Bosch and Iannetta to snap a 3-3 tie. Houston trying to close it out. 16 pitches, 8 strikes. A's and the Mets just underway at the Coliseum, scoreless in the first. Here comes the 1-2. Check swing did not go, and it's 2-2. Like to get him on this pitch here and avoid the 3-2 where the guys are going to run regardless with 2 outs. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Napoli. Light that baby up as the Angels defeat the Red Sox 4-3 the final.
Boy, what a tough victory for the Halos here tonight. Back-to-back two-out doubles. Brendan Boss, Chris Iannetta with the big double, but that great play in the outfield that prevented a 3-run home run by Cole Calhoun.